What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what really influenced it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi did do fairly well, closed 1.73% in the green, new 52-week high of 14.89. It's going down slightly after hours because of NVIDIA. Haven't really looked at their earnings all that well or all that much, but it seems to be it's only 4% down right now. So still, we'll just have to, I guess, wait and see how that does develop. Regardless, NVIDIA is going to really kind of shake the broader market, as you can kind of just generally see. But when it comes down to today, there was no official news from SoFi. There was an SEC document, a Form 4 that was submitted yesterday after hours. So after I did my video, it's ultimately just this. So CRO did get some shares and then just taken some off for tax purposes. Transaction code F, as you can kind of see. So nothing really crazy, in my opinion, at least. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But aside from that, though, shorts didn't do all that much. So as I mentioned in my pre-market video, they were relatively timid and have been timid over the last little bit, despite the cost to borrow minimum being negative. So now this is the third, possibly the fourth consecutive trading day where it is below negative, below zero. So meaning a broker out there is still trying to drum up business, not really working out, but shorts did increase 85,000 shares net. 14.11% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 150.29 million shares overall are being shorted. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000. So a good amount of buying throughout the day, some selling, kind of pockets of selling, but generally I think the overall consensus is still that it was green. You had some string of selling right here, one big one, so 7.63 million. But yeah, like I said, I think SoFi is definitely doing fairly well. Even the Elliott Wave technicals right now are pointing for it to hit kind of the low 16s to the high 16s. So that's pretty much mimicking exactly what the options is signaling as well. And I did bring this up yesterday. A lot of people put in the comments, corrected it. But I guess tip ranks didn't actually have the price. It just showed a buy Mizuho Dan, who has a 55% success rating. But finally it did update. But then again, I think everyone in the comments already knew that, was kind of correcting me. So $16 is absolutely epic stuff. On the actual chart itself, very good stuff. So it is above the ALMA, above all the key data points. Stochastic RSI is somewhat neutral, but you're starting to see a nice bullish deviation. So we'll just have to wait and see how NVIDIA's earnings does kind of change the dynamic of this. It seems to be causing a ripple across the broader market, but actually, in all honesty, it's not doing, it seems to be recovering now, so it's only down 1.58%. So we'll kind of just have to monitor that. But obviously, as you can kind of see, it's causing a little bit of a disruption within kind of a lot of the growth stocks. But aside from that, though, like I said, it's kind of just piggybacking off of the broader market. And based on options, 27 million in calls, 4.82 million in puts, so kind of low dollar value. In all honesty, 46% of all the options being done today were bearish, and of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $16 range, kind of matching that Elliott Wave technicals. And then the bears are anticipating for it to be sub 13. I don't know if that's correlated with something specific to SoFi or possibly as a byproduct of NVIDIA. So we'll just have to kind of monitor that. A lot of people are questioning about the whole like SoFi's capped calls. So I just wanted to break that down. So a lot of people have brought up how it does have a conversion price of $14.54. My interpretation of this, which I've typically gone against the grain. So when this was announced, I was saying it wasn't necessarily, I think the whole transaction was good because it was going to save money, but these aren't necessarily that good in my opinion. So I've kind of went against grain of the consensus for this, but this 1454, anything above that, my interpretation of this is that those capped transactions, or it's not capped, so there is dilution potentially going to affect it. in excess of, I guess, that 1454. So you have to kind of see it just between those 2 points. So the kind of the low end, which I don't have offhand, I think it's 727. That was the share price at the time, and I think it's like $9, $9.45 right here. So $9.45 between that and 1454. That's where it has those anti-dilutive clauses. So that's how kind of that covered call or covered cap is protecting it. Anything above 1454, as far as I'm aware, that's where dilution could potentially affect the common stock of that. So I think a lot of people are just seeing this 1454 and kind of assuming that there's going to be a level of buying. My interpretation, I don't see that as feasible, but if I am wrong, please correct me in the comments below. Maybe I'm just interpreting all of this incorrectly, and if so, like I said, just feel free to call me out. Say, F off, Cal, you're saying it wrong. Please correct yourself, and I will be more than happy to. But that's just my interpretation of it. I think a lot of people are focusing on this, and maybe they might not have the right mentality. But then again, I could be wrong as well. So let me know your thoughts on that. But generally speaking, I think SoFi is a lot of the signals and data points that I like to look at are all very bullish. The fact that shorts are still kind of cowering is very optimistic in my opinion. Options is good, big money. That's one thing that SoFi has been kind of hit and miss on. I've been covering SoFi for around 2 years, and there's been kind of blips where just big money just doesn't give a crap about SoFi. But this is nice, a good level of buying and selling. So institutions are paying attention to SoFi, meaning they see more upside coming. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on SoFi. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? Based on this, the momentum indicator does show that number of retail investors have been getting in. So yeah, like I said, I think that there is a lot more upside based on this right now. With it at 14 and change, it is trading right above this R2. So 1458 will be a key support to watch going forward. And then 1513 is going to be the next strong target. And dependent on NVIDIA's earnings, you never know, we could see that hit a new 52-week high tomorrow as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, I did launch a Patreon where I give out buy signals, stocks, options, crypto, and they've been absolute bangers. So definitely pop over there, link in the description below and also the comments, and take a look. So with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.